Up next is the big one then, the $28 million Longines Hong Kong Cup. Fascinating race as far as tactics are concerned. And last year's winner is back as well in Time Warp. The field is headed, though, by Sungrazer. Joe Moreira ride from Barrier 6. Time Warp defending champ from 7. Northern Superstar, just one run in about 12 months coming into this. Caristeton from 9. Seasons Bloom from 4. Gold Mount, blinkers on, Barrier 5. Stormy Antarctic is back for Ed Walker. James Dorr from Barrier 8. Stefanos from 3. Glorious Forever, Time Warp's full brother from the inside. And Deirdre, the 4-year-old filly, Christophe Lemaire, will ride from Barrier 2. And that is where we'll start, in actual fact. Christophe Lemaire and his chances in the Cup.
Very confident. Maybe my best chance in these internationals. She won brilliantly last time in Tokyo. The time was very good. And on that day she beat Lise Gracieux, who won the Group 1 soon after the race in Tokyo. So she will be here with the freshness, and she likes to run at the back of the pack, but she's got nice and strong long acceleration, so hopefully the pace will be strong enough for her, and in that case she will be a strong contender as well.
She's one of 3 Japanese horses in the Cup as well too. Sungrazer brings good form. We've seen Stefanos here on plenty of occasions. What's the pecking order, if you like, for the Japanese trio here?
I think Deirdre, yeah.
She's the best of them?
I think so.
So Christophe would seem to be pretty keen on his chances, Kate, here with Deirdre. What do you think?
Well, when I was preparing to come here, Deirdre was without a doubt probably the one I thought would have the best chance of the weekend, because she's just an absolutely stunning filly. She's got the size to take on the colts, and her performance in Dubai was fairly impressive, given her position in the race. So and she's been preparing for this the entire year. Once she came back from Dubai, she took a long break, and she's been running against fillies, which might be seen as kind of a way to kind of say that maybe she doesn't have a chance against top colts and things of that nature. But they did it on purpose. The idea was, we're going to go to Hong Kong, so we don't want her to use up all her power, but we want to give her some races. So this was the target.
Those fillies might make the form look pretty good in the Vars earlier in the day.
That's a good point.
And the Japanese fillies, certainly one in particular, has been going very well this season. What about Sungrazer, though? His form looks rock solid, doesn't it?
Yes, he ran great last time in the Tenosho Aki. He wasn't in great form at that time. Physically, he needed to go a bit further, and he wasn't as fit as he should have been going into that race. But now he is rock solid. He is ready to go, raring to go. If you watch any of his morning workouts, you can just see it. And so I came betting on Deirdre, and I think I'm going to start the day off with a couple $100 on Sungrazer, because he was, and I think he's going to be one of those. He's going to be that Satano Crown, where he doesn't have that Group 1 form. You don't think he's really going to be there necessarily. He might be up in the top 3, but surely he won't win. But with Moreira on there, I think he's got a real shot to be the next Satano Crown. I
don't want to write off Stefanos completely, Graham, but these other 2 Japanese horses could easily run 1-2.
Yeah, I think Stefanos has had good chances here and run well, but he's older now, unlikely to be better. Logic suggests that the younger horses should come to the fore. I like both horses, and I don't think there's much between the 2. And it's just the fact that I suspect the male pool is a really deep one. The filly pool, and Deirdre's stepping out of that pool now, and she's sort of unproven against the high-class males. Sungrazer, I think one of the key factors in him, I think the stronger the brothers battle, and we'll come to them in a minute, Time Warp and Glorious Forever, the better for Sungrazer, because he's got a very potent finish.
Will they battle? That's the question, Steve. Time Warp will lead, it would seem, at all costs. So does Glorious Forever from an inside gate, does he let him roll on?
Well, I spoke to Frankie Law, and he said under no circumstances will we go head-to-head. But I think he's probably got a couple of options now, having drawn 1. But I said to Frankie, well, what happens if Glorious Forever jumps the gates and Time Warp's a touch slow to begin? He said, well, we leave it to Sylvester, but we would take up the option. But I think if Zach is intent on crossing, they will ease and take the sit. So who knows how this race is going to unfold.
But you should get a solid tempo, because I think Zach, say, even if he does miss the kick by a beat, he'll eventually find his way to the front.
Yeah, but everyone knows if you give time warp easy fractions, you're cruising for a bruising. So they've got to try and take him on at least from halfway. And we know how good he is. But it's hard to think of any other horse, not just in Hong Kong, anywhere around the world, who's won a major global Group 1, and his previous 5 runs have been last, first, and last again. It's an amazingly hit and miss profile, that horse.
It certainly is. Stormy Antarctic's been here once before. Steve didn't go quite right for Ed Walker and the team on that occasion, but they've come back.
Yeah, a lot of issues that time. The horse wasn't quite right. Ran second to Ben Battle, his only run at the 2,000 metres. So I think he comes into contention to some degree in this race. The one at a little bit of odds that I'm warming to is Seasons Bloom. I'm just seeing a little touch of the Pakistan star William Buick here. You look at his last run, he didn't want to go, Seasons Bloom. He had to be hunted for the first 800 metres. I think Ryan Moore's hands, drawn well, wants the 2,000 metres. His only 2 runs at 2,000 metres have been pretty good. I think he's the one who's going to be crazy odds.
There's no bigger fan than Seasons Bloom than me, but I'm struggling to make a case for him, but I'm happy that you can.
I've just given you one.
Thank you. Northern Superstar, very interesting, Graham, with his preparation, and Gold Mount as well. Richard Gibson's taken the easier race, if that's possible.
I think it's an intriguing one because we know he's a very strong stayer, but I think Richard has spotted that this might be a bit lighter on major stars than normal. And I think there's method in his madness, you'll pardon the expression, in that he's probably thinking this horse needs a really true gallop. Time Warp and Glorious Forever will provide that over 2,000. That provides me with a better chance of finishing strongly than perhaps a more sedate pace over 2,400. So I think there is logic in his decision.
All right, so Sheen Murphy will ride as well.
Stefanos could add a little pressure here too, I think, as well.
It would be great. His best days are probably behind him, but he always looks like $1 million, and he always trains so well. It would be lovely for him to get up there, because I know that the trainer, Fujiwara Sensei, he loves it here, and a win in Hong Kong would mean the world to him.
I think he did run the fastest split Thursday morning in the gallops.
Well, that's a start.
Yep.
Again, another argument, Steve.
Age is just a number.
Well, this race is completely intriguing.
It is,
You know,
absolutely.
If Time Warp and Glorious Forever go mad, who knows what happens. If they don't, they'll probably run 1-2. Or they could run 1-2.
Is this Japan's best chance for a win on the day?
I think so. I don't know if it's going to be Sungrazer or Deirdre. They might have both be up there. I'd bet on it, that they'd probably be up there because they'll both be closing and they've got the best jockeys.
All right, so numbers here, Steve, in the Cup. You can give a Seasons Bloom a cheeky weight shout, but
Yes, absolutely. I was throwing in the numbers, but I've been persuaded by the woman on my left, so I'm tipping numbers 1 and 9, 1 to beat 9. And I think assuming it is genuinely run, I think that'll unfold to suit them. And then I'd throw in Stormy Antarctic and definitely Seasons Bloom. I will be having a couple of dollars on Seasons Bloom at the big odds, 1,964.
Are we potentially making it more complicated? It is then, Graham, with the tactics and talk of pace. Is Sungrazer just going to be too good, maybe?
Well, I don't think he's a superstar horse, but he's a very solid Group 1 horse, and that might just be good enough this year. The first 400, 800 metres are absolutely crucial in this race. The faster they go, the better for the Japanese horses, in my opinion, and I just think that they might have the answer this year.
Yeah, 198 and 6 then for Graham there. Sungrazer to take out the Cup. Whichever way it does go, the final event. The day itself should be fantastic, and many thanks for your company today, Graham. Which race in particular are you looking forward to?
The mile, because we have the best horse on show in Beauty Generation. He's a Hong Kong horse, and if he can do what he's been doing recently, then he puts the whole day and the whole Longines HKIR event firmly on the global map.
And Japan, at least one win then, Kate?
Fingers crossed. I didn't do a very good job of this last year, so I don't want to jinx it.
Steve, Beauty Generation then for Graham, and the mile itself.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to each of the races, and right from the word go with the Vase. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we see about 8 horses across the line in the Vase with a length and a half between them. I think it'll be a tremendous horse race.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Vase as well. We are on air from 11:55 a.m. Hong Kong time. First race is at 12:25. The 4 Group 1s races 4, 5, 7 and 8. The Vase at 2 o'clock, the Sprint 2:40, the Longines Hong Kong Mile at 3:50, and the Cup, the big one, at 4:30 p.m. Hong Kong time. HKJC_racing to follow all the action on Twitter. That is it. Many thanks for your company this afternoon. Hopefully we can count again on Sunday as well, when we're looking forward to 4 Group 1s which make up this year's Turf World Championships.